Former Member of Parliament and economist Paul Buchanan has written an engrossing book, Jonestown, Trenchtown. He discusses that and more on Profile. Welcome, I'm Ian Boyne. Jonestown, Trenchtown, The Journey Back. This is a book that I so heartily and passionately recommend. If you want a book that gives you an engrossing journey down the social and cultural history of Jamaica and two particular communities that have been pivotal in producing some of the finest people in a variety of fields, you have to have this book, Jonestown, Trenchtown, The Journey Back. And Paul Buchanan is a man who has come from there, and he is telling us about what those communities were like and how the degeneration had set in. We thank you so much for your company. Hey, it's good to have you on the show, Paul. Boy, you're a man I've known from the 1970s. Well, I remember those days. It was such an exciting period of political history. Mm-hmm. And P-Buck, you have played an important role in the whole progressive development of Jamaica. You're a man who has always stood with the poor and with the oppressed, and you're a man who has always articulated a clear intellectual vision. Mm-hmm. Tell us what prompted you to do this work. This is a treasure.
As the book states, the subheading of the book, which you didn't quote,
Journey Back.
A study of greatness.
Study of greatness.
Degradation.
It's true.
And redemption.
Yes.
Greatness.
It's true. On
my return from studies, I re-entered a world that I did not know.
No. Because you were in Jonestown up to about 70.
Yes.
And you went to study abroad.
Yes.
And by the time you came back, about 74.
Jonestown became ugly. Almost every home in Jonestown had a rose garden.
In your time?
Yes.
Jonestown rose garden?
Yes. I remember coming outside and looking over the hill. It was after the flowering of education, 1950. 55, 59, scholarship time.
Yes.
All those beautiful uniforms, as we say in the book. Campion, KC, Georges, everybody coming down there. When I came back, it was gone.
Yes.
No man's land.
No man's land. In a few years,
yes, yes.
What were the sources of the greatness then? What were the foundations?
The preconditions for excellence.
Yes.
The preconditions for excellence. Strong family unit.
Strong family unit.
Fathers and mothers were there.
Been preaching these things.
Yes. Father Buck and Mother Buck.
Yes.
Yes. The church. My brothers were all altar boys. Except me, I run go play cricket. But of course, not without the lash in the evening. Because their mantra, unitary mantra that is.
Yes.
Spare the rod and spoil.
Yeah.
So the family, church, and the schools, great teachers.
Schools.
Jonestown School, Miss Somers. Our 1971 class have 70-odd students.
70 students in one class?
Yeah, no, the 70-odd took scholarship. All 71. People like Dr. Fraser, former president of KC, all his brothers, that year.
71 took the exams?
71 took the exam. But Ms. Somers taught me.
Yes.
And when she became headmaster, headmistress when I left, that is the excellence.
And a lot of those 71 pass?
All of them, for traditional schools.
All 71?
All 71, 100%.
In Jonestown there?
Yes, Jonestown Primary.
So
and she was one of our teachers in my time.
What we have come to accept at P-Buck as normalization, the underperforming schools in the city. That wasn't so at all.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't always so.
No, it wasn't always so. And they themselves would have benefited from strong parents. even as a precondition to be a great teacher.
Yes.
And you see, we overlook the influence of Garvey. That is why Garvey is in the book. I speak of Garvey as the philosopher king.
True.
The home on Sunday evenings, Father Buck would have regaled us with
Garvey's
stories
story?
of Garvey. But
So you mean in working class homes,
yes,
P-Buck?
yes, man.
People were talking about Garvey?
Yes, man, because Father Buck was a Garveyite. And maybe we never quite understood then how he spoke about this man with such passion.
Yes.
But in later years, we come to understand. Now I look back and I see the UNIA marches. And as I said, the domestic helper in the day would become a nurse in the army.
Yes.
Of the UNIA in the evening.
A sense of dignity and
You can see the street cleaner coming up King Street.
Uniform.
They say, that is Ian. No, him work in the garden. But him was a sergeant or a lieutenant in the army.
Yes.
Garvey used those symbols to inspire pride and confidence. And of course, the primacy of education that he pushed because he believed that was the only way out. Yeah. So the influence of Garvey, the UNIA branches and all of that was strong in the area, those communities at that time.
Yes, yes.
So those were some of the serious preconditions for excellence.
And what are the kinds of people? Tell us about some of the kinds of people you mentioned in the book. Because some of the people, I never knew that they were from Jonestown.
Well, let's begin with the Rhodes Scholars.
Yeah, the Rhodes Scholars.
You had Hector Winter up at Brentford Road and Sylvia Winter at Brentford Winter. And every day, Hector Winter would be shuffling across, driving across to 3rd Street in Trenchtown. Maybe he had an aunt over there. You had Earl Thames, the Reverend Earl Thames at Septimus Street.
Rhodes Scholar, brilliant.
And over by Maxwell Avenue, you had 2 brothers in one yard, Mervyn and his brother Evan Morris.
Oh, yes. Rhodes Scholars.
Rhodes Scholars both.
Yes.
And then you had Anthony Abrams at Woodrow Street and Livingston Street.
Tony Abrams originally was from...
His aunt taught us that his teacher Rose at Jonestown.
I see.
And his father lived there for many years, even after his death. Yes, after his death, his uncle. You understand? And let me tell you something. You also had people like Franklin Johnson.
Yes,
Dr. Johnson, you would have been mentored there because he went to Chatola Park.
Oh, Franklin.
And on a trip to South Africa, Delroy Chuck told me he's a Russell Road man. He lived at Russell Road for a
Delroy
time.
Chuck also lived there for a while. Yes. And you said Latibodier. Latibodier was
Trenchtown. And Brian Winter.
Brian Winter was the president governor. Hector's son.
And look, you had AZ Preston just below Boys Town, right there in Trenchtown.
Yes, university.
Yes, who set the financial foundation of the university as vice chancellor.
Yes.
And in my time, also, one of the top mathematicians, Professor Gart Baker, the Georgian Shan, he lectured at Harvard and all over the world.
Lectured at Harvard?
Yes. And you had people like Professor Basil Burke, biochemist.
Yes.
You would have David Wong, Professor David Wong.
David Wong was...
He's out at...
Is that in Canada, eh?
No, in California.
Yes, okay, yes.
They were all there.
That's right.
They were all there.
Yes, David Wong is...
And as I call them, the children of the lamplight.
Yes.
Because that everybody could afford electricity, so poverty wasn't an excuse.
Yes.
The children of the lamplight.
I have a quotation to give when I come back from that chapter. It's a fascinating work, Jonestown, Trenchtown. Profile has been pushing excellence and have been bringing people from the inner cities, showing that our heritage as black people, as poor people, is excellence, peak performance. That this view that because you come from the ghetto, you have to be crude and crass and, promote the worst things that dancehall promotes. No, it's alien to us, backward. We have more when we come back from our break on Profile.